Welcome back, everybody, to week 201. Light codes messages, or messages from the light codes. Interesting day today. Where's my notes? I can tell you what's going on. Today, I really feel the light codes were a mix of staying in a space of peace and about stepping up. It may not be the right word, but stepping into service work. So the first vision that I saw today, which is in relation to your soul's purpose, our soul's purposes, and our direction. And this is a masculine, divine masculine energy. You know, we all have the masculine and the feminine. So the direction for us at the moment is to step into service. And the vision that I was having was somebody kneeling or squatting down in front of somebody, felt like an elderly person, say in a recliner rocker or something like that. And they were giving them healing. They had their hands on their feet, giving them healing. And I really felt this is very much about now is time to support those that need the help, with be it the elderly, be anybody. It doesn't have to be an elderly person in a recliner rocker. You know, so it's about stepping into service and doing what it is that you came for. And the next vision that I saw, again, that was still in the alpha chakra, was a vision of somebody sitting in lotus position, but they weren't just a person. They were a golden being, and they were, yes, meditating, but they were really tapping into that divine part of themselves. So this goes with, the aspect of the stepping into service. I felt this is very much about keep rising, keep working with your own inner wisdom, keep aligning yourself, keeping yourself aligned so that you can do this work in service. And the message for the pathway this week, the soul's pathway, I saw a dragonfly, which kind of it wasn't a normal dragonfly. It was a combination of a dragonfly and a bumblebee. And this is very much about the transformations that are taking place, and that we will be getting very busy with doing this. The transformation is going to possibly start happening fast in bringing you forward into your missions and into your purpose, and getting really busy with that. The next vision that I had when I brought the divine masculine, divine feminine into heart spaces is coming into union, bringing the masculine feminine into union, your inner masculine and feminine into union within the heart. I saw a masculine energy with a child, and he was like throwing the child up and catching the child. So the child in this instance is symbolizing your purpose, your mission. And the masculine energy is either maybe masculines are starting to step up. I don't want to say masculines are now stepping up. I don't want to go into that, but because we all have the masculine and the feminine within us. So the masculine part of us, which is to do with movement forward, to do with direction, is stepping up and, kind of like throwing up, because this was a child, not a baby. So it means that purpose, that mission, that something that you have is already growing. It's been there for a while. Okay, it's not a teenager yet. It's just a little toddler, but it's been there for a while. It's already been growing within you. And maybe you don't know how to use it. Maybe you've wondered, what is it that I'm here for? What am I supposed to be doing? Maybe you haven't recognized that you actually have a lot of abilities, gifts, and things that you can offer to others, to the world. And this is like offering it up. So he's throwing the baby up and catching it again. So allowing yourself to offer it up to, source. Let go and let God, so to speak. Surrender, which is what we had last week. Surrender it up, because it will come back down, and it will come back down in a form that you can move forward with your work. So now it's time. This is in the heart. The masculine and feminine unified in the heart. This is time for creation, to bring that creation forward. Offer your creations up so that you can bring them forward. It's time. It's time to get on with that. And then I saw this is also to do with purpose or confidence, if you like, of bringing your truth forward. The next vision, this is to do with, I saw a beautiful candle with somebody with their hands around the candle, so holding the light, and having the confidence to do that, knowing that within your own truth, have confidence with your own truth, know that you can actually do that. It doesn't have to be something grand and big hoo-ha, but whatever it is you have, take that small step and start doing it, because now it's time. You really, to gain confidence in doing it is to actually start doing it. So step by step, start doing it, gain the confidence in a tiny way, and you'll have more confidence to go to the next step, and build yourself gradually like that. You don't have to go from woe to go type thing. You start step by step. And then the next vision that I had was when, everything is totally unified within us, when you allow yourself to do that. So it's like kind of the thing that we need to do is take that next step. And this goes for everybody, not just people that have not yet stepped up or not yet started in their service work or anything, but every single one of us, no matter where we are at with the work that we are doing, the service work that we are doing, it's time to go to the next level. It's time to transform and keep going. We don't open up and then that's it. Hey, I'm doing it. That's it. No, we keep growing. We keep growing. We keep growing. We keep offering more. We keep offering more. We change. We, move with the times, so to speak. So add layer upon layer upon layer and use all of the tools that you have, that you already have within you. And so this next vision was a masculine and a feminine already in full harmony. They were in a car driving forward. And the interesting thing was that the feminine energy was driving. So she was doing the driving, but the masculine, and she was doing, this is to do with the spiritual path because she was on the left side. Sometimes I get a bit confused because I'm from where we drive on the right side, and I'm living in where they drive on the left side. Notice I said they drive because I'm too scared to do it. So they drive on the left side here, and the left side of the car is where the steering wheel is, and I come from Australia where the car is driven, the steering wheel. No, yes. I'm getting confused. Yes, the steering wheel is on the right side in Australia. So I get confused sometimes. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm seeing steering wheels on different sides of the car, and then I have to, really take stock. It's not just second nature for me now to know who's driving and why they're driving on that direction. But this time, the feminine was driving, and she was driving a left-hand drive car. And the masculine was in the passenger seat. However, he wasn't just a passenger. He was actually changing gears for her. So they were working together. She was driving, she was steering, and he was changing gears. So he was getting to decide at what speed and or what gear they would move forward. So this is a team effort going on here. Now is time to work with both sides of ourselves. And if you happen to have a, external masculine, feminine in your life, it's time to start trying to figure out how to work in harmony with each other. And let go of all of that ego stuff of it has to be this way, it has to be that way, it has to be relationship, it has to be whatever. This is about mission. This is about ascension. This is about find a way that is maybe not traditional, that is a little bit out of the box, but you can do it. You just have to be creative and think smarter. Think smarter. And in the emotional body today, what I saw was somebody with their hands tied behind their back, and then somebody else. Now I know one is masculine, feminine, but I'm not 100% sure which way it went now. I think it was hands behind the back was feminine, and I think it was the masculine was actually untying the ties. But in any case, it doesn't matter masculine, feminine, that it's time to loosen the ties. It is no longer time to be tied to any way. Your hands are not tied anymore. They're being untied. It is time to do it. And this is in the emotional body. So it's about bringing yourself into a state of emotional balance so that you can not get too, wound up about things. Loosen the ties so that you can step forward. And in the higher mental body today, I didn't see anything in lower mental body, but I did have a mantra, Taya, 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 coming through all through the light codes today, actually. But Taya, Taya, Taya was prevalent in the lower mental body today. And Taya, Taya, Taya pretty much means it will be. This is the way it's going to be. It'll happen. Surrender, because it will be. It will be. Get out of the mind. It will be. So Taya, 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 will be, will be, will be. It will be. And in the higher mental body, I saw somebody climbing up a ladder. They had climbed to the top of a ladder and they were reaching even higher. And there was a building in front of them. The building was kind of like a church, and they were reaching higher, and they were changing or fitting I think light globes, but from these light globes there were beams of light which were like strings. They came down like this, streams of light coming down. So it's about go as high as you can and fix your lights up, because they are what is bringing the light beams down for others to be showered with. So get up as high as you can, raise your frequency. Luxor Light Ascension program, very good for this. So they were all the visions that I had today, but I wanted to remind you about Taya, Taya, Taya. And if you're interested, on my website, you can go to my blog section in my website, and every day I am bringing you a mantra. Now I'm gifted these mantras, so I'm bringing you a mantra, and I'll give you a little bit of an idea what they mean. They are power mantras given to us from the angelic realm, from the highest part of ourselves, and they are power mantras. So you can read more about them on my website, and I give one every day, or you can follow me on Instagram, where I'm also sharing them, and even Facebook. So let's have a look at what came through with the cards today. So just saying that, that's kind of what I've been doing over the last week or something since my book was published, and another Birthing a New Reality, my second book, and Birthing a New Reality will be available sometime later this week. It's already available on Amazon. Please get your paperback copy and get that now. And the Kindle version will also be available probably sometime this week if you are an e-reader. So both versions will be available. So I have been adding to my pie, if you like, by doing more work on Instagram and more work on my website. So it's time for us to go to another level, to add something else. And so because I will be bringing through a book on mantras and a book on color therapy and numbers and those energies. So there will be more books coming very soon. Now the first card today is card number 41, which is really interesting, because in the way that I do numerology, today becomes a 41. I'm not even going to explain how I do that, because you're going to go, that's not right, that doesn't work. But it works for me, and I was guided to do that, and they're the energies that I use, and they're always spot on for me in the way that I work. Which brings me to another thing, that don't think that you can't do something different to how other people do it, because you can, because there's a specific message that you have to bring through. And only you can bring that through in the way that it is meant to come through. So do it your way, be your own, be the creative genius, be your own, put it out there in whatever way you want to do that. And so anyway, coming back to it, today is a 41-5 in the way that I do it. And this card says, make necessary sacrifices, which is interesting, because when you surrender, you do actually have to make sacrifices. What is it that you're going to have to sacrifice? some of us have had to make some big sacrifices in our lives to be able to step forward into our path. And really, I want to say that today's really pushing us towards our path. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to get over it. You're just going to have to make sacrifices. I've had to make some really big sacrifices in my life to be walking the path that I'm walking now. And you can't sit back and regret it. If you're on this path and you want to go to the highest level of your ascension, and with your service work and being in and committing yourself to that kind of work, then you have to be prepared to walk your walk and talk your talk. And that means that you're going to probably have to let go of some things that you really don't want to let go of, and change some ways in your life that you probably don't want to change, or move somewhere that you don't want to leave something or someone behind, or whatever. You're going to have to do certain things to step up and choose God. So it's like, are you choosing God? Are you choosing the highest path? And there's no wrong. You don't have to choose all of that. But if you are, then you have to be prepared that you may have to make some sacrifices. So just reminding yourself to make it a little bit easier by recognizing that you're making the sacrifices for the right reasons. And the next card actually is a bit of a sacrificial number, which is card number 7. It's the Chariot, Archangel Metatron. There's an important achievement. Now, if you're ready to step up into your service or up to the next level or whatever, you have made an important achievement in your life and in your spiritual path, and on with your commitment toward the work that you're doing. Self-discipline and willpower. You need self-discipline and willpower. Do I have self-discipline and willpower? Sometimes. And a lot of the times, no, when I'm like lagging, didn't get much done today. But anyway, you need to do that. And you may even get some public recognition or whatever it is that you're doing. So that could be like, go public with what you have, get it out there. It's time to get it out there. Okay, so what's in the solar plexus this week? And the solar plexus is the mouse. Now, this is a robber mouse. He nibbles and nibbles and nibbles away at us. And it could be that someone or something, probably yourself, a little bit anxiety, not feeling that you're quite up to it yet, not feeling fully in your power, and allowing those anxieties and those not feeling quite so confident enough to niggle away at you and stop you. Don't let the ego stop you from moving forward. He's just a little robber mouse. He's just a little mouse. Just, hey, you can do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And again, in the heart space, we have card number 8, as above, so below, bringing the reflection down, as above, so below. Card is control. This is really about learning to control your emotions, have control over your emotions, because if you don't, you have the robber mouse is going to niggle away at you, because the robber mouse, he's going to niggle, tell you you're not good enough. And who do you think you are to be able to do that? And, all of that sort of stuff. And then that's going to stir your emotions, because it starts in the mind, niggles away, eats away at you, gets into the emotion, starts eating away. And then you don't have control of yourself because you're in a state. So this is about take control over your thoughts, take control so that you can control your emotions. This is also very important in relationships. Don't try to control anybody. We are moving into a way where relationships and connections are not going to be anything like they used to be. We're moving forward into the new way where traditional relationships and connections just won't really serve our purpose anymore. We have to be more free thinking. Get the helmet off. Open your mind and let go of control. And in the throat chakra today, we have the King of Swords. And, he's a king of truth. He's also doing things his way. He's prepared to do things his way. He brings a great deal of transformation through by doing that, by being willing to walk his walk and talk his talk and lead in that direction. So he cuts ties off to, the old ways, and he's wanting to bring that transformation forward and bring things into a new way. That's what he's saying to me today. And then in the brow chakra, we have Thoth. And Thoth is about illumination. He holds all the architecture of wisdom. So this is like a time for you to really nut into yourself and figure yourself out and understand you are the architecture of your own inner wisdom, enlightenment, and communication. So communicate your wisdoms out there to others, and Thoth will help you to do that. But ultimately, choose peace. Choose the path of peace. Paramahansa Yogananda, peace. We are all here to bring peace to the world. How can you bring peace to the world? Look at what it is that you want to do and how you can. It'll bring peace to you when you know that that you have stepped up and are doing what you contracted to do. And will it bring peace to other people? See how you can use what it is that you have to help bring some degree of peace to others at the same time. And on the pathway today, we're being given the divine feminine energy. This is a divine feminine chakra in Omega, and we have Lady Nada. Now, Lady Nada is the ascended master that helps twin flames find their directions. So she's very much working with the divine masculine, divine feminine energies within us, all helping us to find our pathway. And she brings a great deal of love. She's wearing the rose, energy of the rose. So this kind of like fits in with, she will help you if you're having trouble in your relationships, where it's you or the other person in the relationship or connection is being maybe a little bit too controlling, or both stubborn and being controlling. So you can call on Lady Nada. She's helping you to get that under control. And listen to the teacher within, the Maha Chohan, Master Rakoczki, reminding you that there is a teacher within you. You can connect with the teacher within you, or call upon your divine teachers, the ascended masters, and learn more about that. So you can check in with all of that. Ask for your teachers to show themselves. Watch out for the signs, who's appearing, and learn a little bit about them, connecting with them, because the teachers are there to help you with your purpose. So it's basically saying that you're ready to work with the masters. You're ready to work with the masters now. The teachers are there, and you are a teacher also. And the best way to teach is, the best way to learn, I should say, is to teach. So whatever it is that you are learning, now it's time to step it up a little bit and teach somebody else, even if it's your neighbor or your kids, or the kids already know it all anyway. But you know, your friends, whoever wants to listen, you can share what it is that you've learned in a peaceful manner. And that's it for this week. And I really look forward to next week. I always look forward to every week. I get all excited when I know that the light codes are coming up, because I can't wait to see what the messages are going to be each and every week. So I'll see you next week. And yep, another plug. Birthing a New Reality is my latest book, and is available on paperback on Amazon right now, and will be available on Kindle later on this week. Hope you get it, and if you do, please give me a review on Amazon and Goodreads and all of the places for reviews, and help me to get the message out there. The book encompasses a lot of energy, so do be aware that when you read the book, keep your heart open to allow yourself to receive the energies to help you transform. So often people say that they start to feel either really sleepy or tired when they're reading it. That's the energies coming through, and other things happen as well. So please do give me feedback. I'd love to hear from you, and see you next week. Bye.